All right, thank you. Please be seated. And Mr. Bailiff will have the jurors brought in, please.
Y'all are probably like, whew, whew, thank the Lord. She shut up. Whew.
All right, please. Freeze off President Counter for your honor.
Thank you. Please be seated. Okay, we're back on the record on case CR 22211623, State of Idaho versus Chad Guy Daybell. Continuing with the state's case in chief, is the state prepared to call another witness this afternoon?
We are, Your Honor.
Mr. Wixom.
Thank you. We would call Spencer Cook.
I swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you.
All right, now that the witness has been sworn, before we start with testimony, I'll just inquire, because the court has its exclusionary order. Mr. Cook, have you been viewing at all any of the testimony in this case on the court's live stream or otherwise in the trial since it started?
No,
All right, have you discussed with anyone else their testimony they've given in the case?
no.
Very well. With that, thank you for your confirmation of that. You can go ahead and inquire on direct, Mr. Wixom.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sir, will you please state and spell your first and last name for the record?
Spencer Cook, SpencerCook.
And Mr. Cook, what is it that you do for a living?
I'm the technology director at the Sugar Salem School District.
Is that the same school that Tammy Daybell worked at back in 2019?
It is.
What could you explain to the jury in your role at work? What is it that you do specifically?
As a technology director, I'm in charge of all of the technology throughout the district. So that includes all of the schools from kindergarten all the way up to 12th grade. And I'm in charge of the data, anything that plugs into the wall, basically. So projectors, computers, network, security, cameras, email, communications, telephones.
Okay, thank you. And so you mentioned email. What do you have to do with respect to the email for the school?
Well, I maintain and manage the emails, accounts for all of the, uh, employees and students at the district.
When you say manage the email accounts, what does that entail?
Well, we use Google, apps for the, email service, and so I maintain all of the accounts and, make sure that users can log in and make sure they receive emails and send emails.
Do you also manage the email storage?
I do.
Could you explain to the jury what you do with the storage for the email system?
Sure. So we have the front-facing email, Gmail account, and the users log in and out that. That's a completely separate setup that they use. And then I have a archiving server that maintains all email communications in and out from all accounts that we maintain. And that is only accessed by myself.
How long does the school keep emails?
We keep emails for 3 years.
And what about the users? Is there a school policy for how long a user might keep their email?
Users can keep their emails as long as they see fit. There's no limit to the amount of storage that they can keep. So if there's an email that they need that's important, then they're able to keep those emails.
Do you recall back in February of 2021 being contacted by law enforcement with respect to Tammy Daybell's email?
Yes, I do.
Do you recall what it was that they requested of you?
They were asking for emails that Tammy had received from anybody and anyone that would send an email to her email account. And they were looking for an email from Charles Vallow on a specific time frame. It was, I think, June 29th of 2019.
Were you able to retrieve that kind of an email?
Yeah, I was able to retrieve it from the archiving server.
Your Honor, at this time, the state has a proposed state's exhibit we've marked as 419, and I believe it's been stipulated that it can be entered. I can offer up 2 copies to the court.
All right, has the defense been able to review 419? Any objection to its admission? Yeah, we'll have you review that first. Okay, so exhibit 419 is admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I have permission to publish with the ILMO?
Yeah, I'll have the bailiff give you the exhibit for publishing.
I believe I'm just waiting for the clerk, Your Honor.
Yeah, we're looking at that again. Is that showing on the jurors monitors? Okay, there we go. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Cook, I'd like to call your attention to just the first paragraph of this exhibit. If you want to go, can you see it on your
I
screen?
see it on my screen, yes.
You mentioned an email that you retrieved in Tammy Daybell's email system,
Correct.
and the date again was what?
The June 29th. When the email was
Yes.
retrieved, yes.
I'd like to call your attention to the first paragraph. If you will, go down to where there's a quote in there with the content of the email. Do you see the quote marks where it says Tammy, my name?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Will you just read the first two full sentences of that, please?
Sure. Tammy, my name is Charles Vallow. I have some vital and disturbing information regarding your husband and oh, yes, yep. You bet. Tammy, my name is Charles Vallow. I have some vital and disturbing information regarding your husband and my wife, Lori. This is your work email, so I'll have to wait to send you the evidence. That is very disturbing.
And can you explain to the jury which email address was this sent to? What was Tammy's email?
Her email address was tdaybell@sugarsalem.com.
And what address did this come from?
It came from an email, charles.vallow@icloud.com.
In your work as the IT manager, can you explain to the jury, were you able to look into whether or not this email had been opened up?
Yeah, we, in the interview with law enforcement, we went into her account and we were able to find the email that was in her deleted folder. And it was there opened, and the email had been the email address from Charles Value, the Charles Value at iCloud.com, had been put into the blocked category inside of Google. So any email that Lori would have, or that Lori, sorry, any email that Charles would have sent would have been blocked, any future emails. So they would not have been received.
When you did your search of the email system, were there any other emails to or from Charles Vallow?
No, they were not.
Your Honor, I don't think I have any further questions.
All right, cross-examination. Okay, so there will be no cross of the witness. Mr. Cook, thank you for coming in and providing your testimony. Is he released from any subpoena from the state?
Yes, Your Honor.
From the defense? Okay, well, that will conclude your testimony in the trial. Thank you for appearing today. You can go ahead and step down, and that will conclude your testimony. All right, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it's 3:00. I discussed scheduling with counsel. They've got another, well, depending on who they call next, it's an inconvenient time to start with a next witness potentially. There's been a request that we conclude for the day. Let me just confirm from the state, is that still how the state's requesting we proceed?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, and I know the defense is fine with that as well, so that is going to conclude our trial evidence for today. We'll start again with trial tomorrow. And while the jurors are here, counsel, perhaps we can just give them some indication. Is there some request with your scheduling that tomorrow being Friday that we stop sooner than the mid-afternoon?
The state's fine with that as well. We do have some witnesses coming in from out of town, so we're hoping to be able to get through them rather than hold them over the weekend. But I believe that would most likely just take the morning.
Okay, well, we'll see how things go. So no promises, but I just wanted to give you a heads up that tomorrow may not be a full day through the mid-afternoon. So with that, we will conclude for the day today. And again, as we break for the day, I'll remind the jurors to please follow the court's continuing admonishment to not investigate the case in any way, try to avoid any media coverage of the case, and do not discuss the case amongst yourselves or with anyone else. You can only do that once deliberations have started. So thank you for continuing to follow that instruction each day. We'll be in recess until tomorrow.
All rise, please.